I have so many emotions going on right now. What? Yo, what is up, everyone? My name is Jeff Carlson. Welcome back to the episode of Inside Lines. This, I guess you could say, part 2 to the September 21st episode of ITL. Thank you guys so much for joining us for today's episode. If you guys haven't already, check out my episode earlier today. It'll be up there on the top right of your screen. I talked about Bubba Wallace, Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin, that update that's going on around there, including Bristol running on dirt, and a quick update on Ross Chastain and his future in NASCAR, him joining Chip Ganassi Racing in the 42 car in 2021. But that's for that episode. This episode is going to be much more crazier. Things have been brewing for a long time about which new tracks will be appearing on the NASCAR schedule in 2021. Well, we already know Nashville Superspeedway, that's going to be part of the schedule, replacing a Dover race, I believe, in around June, mid-June. But now we have another update of a new track joining the Cup Series schedule, and it's going to be replacing Texas with another track in Texas, and this one is actually good. I'm talking about COTA. Circuit of the Americas will be joining the NASCAR Cup Series schedule in 2021, replacing a Texas race. Now, what's interesting about this was first reported by The Athletic, that while COTA will be replacing a Texas race, one of the races, we don't know which race, if it's going to be the spring race or the fall race, I'm guessing it's probably going to be the spring race, while they will be replacing one Texas race, as I guess you could say a consolation, or at least as a, here you go, like a trade-off, Texas will become the new host, or will host the new NASCAR All-Star race in 2021. Now, there's a lot of emotions when I first saw this story. Very excited for COTA, but very disappointed for Texas. I mean, I think it's safe to say that Texas is one of the worst tracks on the NASCAR schedule, or at least on the NASCAR circuit. Ever since they repaved that track in 2017, it has just been awful. So for the All-Star race, which, let's be honest, is struggling to stay afloat. This year's race at Bristol, while there was a lot of hype, there was a lot of attention to that race, it kind of fell flat at the end. So the All-Star race needed a good race to at least, I guess, keep the event afloat. And going to a track like Texas is not the way to go. Now, the only way I could see them potentially saving the All-Star race, or at least having a somewhat interesting race at Texas, is if they come in with a completely different setup. We know the All-Star race, as of late, has been home to NASCAR experimenting new packages. You know, they could be, last year at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, they had, like, I think, hood ducts at the front of the car. I don't remember the exact specifics of it, but they ran restrictor plates in 2018. Last year they had hood ducts and aero ducts on the car. This year they ran at Bristol. Who knows? Maybe next year they can go, you know what? Let's just go 900 horsepower like they did back in 2014. Let's see what that happens. What could that mean? They're gonna have to do something to at least show, hey, this is why you should tune into this All-Star race at a track like Texas, which is very boring and very awful. Okay, enough with bashing Texas, but you get my point. NASCAR needs to do something, whether changing with the package or what, in order to get fans invested, or at least somewhat interested in a race at Texas. That's not for points, keep in mind. It is hard to get people invested into Texas as a points-paying race. Having the All-Star race come in there, this is going to be very difficult. So I will be very, very interested in seeing what NASCAR does to sort of find a way to hype up this event to make it somewhat watchable. So now on to what everyone wants to talk about. That is Circuit of the Americas. Now, Circuit of the Americas, it was built, I believe, in 2010 or 2011. It has hosted 8 FIA Formula One World Championship events, as it has also host races for MotoGP. As of late, IndyCar, WEC, IMSA. It has hosted numerous races for multiple forms of motorsport companies or motorsport competitions. So having NASCAR on the schedule for 2021, I think it just adds to I guess the idea that Circuit of the Americas is a really good racetrack. If all these motorsport events want to race on this track, that tells you that COTA is a very fun racetrack. And it has been. If you've watched races, even Formula One, it has produced some really good racing. IndyCar has also produced some fun racing. Well, last year it was a really good race. I had fun watching the event. So having NASCAR go to COTA, this has been brewing for a while. Rumors started to trickle in, at least predictions, I guess you could say, that when NASCAR was looking at new racetracks, a lot of people had said COTA could be on their radar. Not many people, including myself, believed it, but apparently it was true. Rumors sort of fueled even more, I guess, when Kurt Busch raced, I think it was Kurt Busch, that raced at COTA in 2013 in a Cup car, in a car swap with the V8 Supercar race car driver. And then last year, Tony Stewart drove on COTA with Haas drivers Romain Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen. And this is a quote from Tony Stewart after he got out of the race car and did those laps with the team at COTA. When he got out of the race car, he had this to say regarding NASCAR potentially racing at COTA. Don't tell Eddie Gossage that. He'll get mad at me. I think NASCAR is actually looking to run some road course races. And after driving it, there's some really good passing opportunities on this track for our cars. I think it would be a lot of fun to see a race here. Now, why would Eddie Gossage be mad at that? Well, simply put, because COTA is around 2 to 3 hours from the Texas Motor Speedway. And if you hold races next to each other on the same day, is going to force fans to choose, or to pick and choose which race to go. And I think the reason why Eddie Gossage is mad at that, at least my opinion, is because he knows Texas is an awful racetrack. And if fans had to pick, would you rather see NASCAR race at Texas or COTA, 99 out of 100 would pick COTA. No one wants to see a race at Texas, or at least not another one. He's also said that Texas apparently represents NASCAR, and having a race at COTA would oversaturate the fan base, which, let's be honest, that's not the reason why. I mean, I could be wrong. For the people that live in Texas, let me know, but I highly doubt having 2 races at Texas and a race at COTA would oversaturate the market. I think this is a really good thing for NASCAR to do, to run at a track like COTA. A very fun racetrack, looks so much fun to drive on if you race on the Forza Motorsport games and on F1 2020, or F1 games as of late. COTA is a very fun track to race on, and I'm very, very happy and excited to see NASCAR race on another road course in 2021. Now, this is very important regarding what else could be in store for NASCAR in 2021. An announcement regarding the 2021 schedule is expected to be released this week. And Matthew Meyer, who's a sports writer really for NASCAR on CBS Sports, he mentioned that Nashville and COTA are 2 of at least 4 new racetracks on the schedule. I said at least, so there could be even more than 4 new tracks added onto the 2021 schedule. Now, that is going to spark a lot of rumors, a lot of ideas, a lot of predictions as to what these other 2 potential racetracks could be. A lot of people have said Iowa, but as of late, things are not looking too good over there. So potentially Iowa is out of the picture at the moment. Maybe Road America. That's also been a rumor to replace, or at least to be added onto a schedule. There's a lot of stuff going on in NASCAR silly season in terms of drivers, teams, tracks, the sanctioning body, packages, cars, a lot of stuff going on. It's too hard to put everything together. It's too hard to comprehend. There's just too many stuff going on. But of course, if anything takes place, any new updates regarding NASCAR's future in 2021, I'll make sure to upload a video of Inside Lines right for you guys as soon as possible. But that's going to wrap up this episode. And guys, simple question. What are your thoughts on NASCAR going to COTA? What are your thoughts on Texas holding the All-Star race? Are you happy about that? Are you not? And if so, please give me some ideas. What do you think NASCAR should do for the All-Star race at Texas to sort of spice it up a little bit, make people invested, get people interested in this race? And yeah, again, your thoughts on NASCAR going to COTA. Do you think this could be the start of future races down the line, of even more events at COTA? You know, maybe this might not just be a one-year thing. They could be a recurring event of NASCAR racing at Circuit of the Americas. Again, leave all your thoughts and suggestions down below in the comments section. But until next time, my name is Jack Carlson from MDK. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys next time.